is Jan Augenstein, and I'm from Yellow Springs, Ohio. My product is fridge fronts, and I'm asking for $100,000 in exchange for 30% of my company.
Oh,
I was living in base housing in 1999, and we had a hideous refrigerator. You really don't want to have something that you're not in love with in your home.
Jen, just out of curiosity, what's base housing?
Oh, military base housing? I was an Air Force wife, and I lived on a military base, and they provide housing for you?
And bad fridges?
Yes. So I came up with the idea because we had an appliance very similar to this. In fact, this probably could have been it. So my product, Fridge Fronts, is a magnetic skin. It's a decorative finish, and you can easily cut it with scissors and apply to any appliance, just like that. It's very easy to do. Let me give you an example. So in this economy, you may have a fridge that works, but it's just unattractive and unappealing. You can go ahead and purchase this for under $100 and change the complete look of your appliance. I also have other designs. Most people like stainless, so I have stainless finish. I can do decorative finishes. Anything, just funky, we can get crazy. The possibilities are completely endless.
Jen, do you have any sales?
Yes, I started in 05. We got
Seems so weird that he felt compelled to interrupt her pitch twice. That's really odd. Like, you don't see that in many pitches at all, ever.
Patent at that time, and the first thing we did was Sky Mall. So I think we did $40,000 in sales.
Did you have to pay for that space in Sky Mall?
Yes, I did. It was about
It's Kevin
$18,000.
Harrington.
So on $18,000, you generated $40,000 in sales.
Yes.
Was that about a break even for you, give or take, or did you make a little bit of money?
Well, no. What had happened is we were sort of at the mercy of our print house, and they had quoted a price for us, and we signed all the paperwork. They came back a couple months later before it went into the catalog and charged us an additional $10.
You didn't have that in the contract with that particular supplier?
No.
Oh, that's that. So, I mean, that kind of stuff can happen regardless, because it also can get to a point where it's like, you know what? Sue me. What are you going to do? Like, you're going to spend the money to go and sue me. And it's like the sales that they got anyway wasn't enough to justify even doing that. Maybe small claims court, but yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one to have to swallow.
Jen, you're at the mercy of one supplier?
We were at the time, yeah. We're from a small town in Ohio, and we were just getting started. We had not done trade shows yet. Since that time, we've done a few trade shows and made some connections. So we could do this by having it done overseas at a cheaper cost.
Besides that one Sky Mall test, do you have any other sales?
Yes. Actually, the other thing that happened in 08, Rachel Ray found us online. They wanted to recreate a kitchen just like Rachel's. They used our product. I made a custom one for them. They put it on air. We didn't know how much server activity we would need to support it. So what happened was our servers crashed.
Oh,
we had so many hits.
After you got how many orders did it crash?
Well, there's another little problem. I know, it's a lot of negativity. I
So,
know.
like, hey, look, these are the growing pains of having a business, right? Like, you don't know what you don't know until you have to learn it. And in the case of like server issues, getting like, oh, you know what? Oprah's going to send people to my site. Like, that's awesome. But then it's not awesome because it literally could crash your site. Like, not everyone, you can't afford to like pay for the what if of server bandwidth and server, usage and all that. So you have to just work with what you got. So, but you have to make sure that at least you know somebody that you could bring in, or that you are working with a web team that knows what they're doing to scale, right? And have a history of being able to scale so they could prove that they can actually do it, instead of just saying, oh yeah, everything's cool, it's all good, like your website will be great. And meanwhile, you get that viral, spark that you weren't necessarily expecting, you were hoping for, but it's a lightning in a bottle kind of moment. And all of a sudden your site's down and they're just like, yeah, we don't really know what to do. Like, oh, you said you did. Just like in her case, they said, hey, the price is going to be this. And then they added $10. It's like, what are you going to do about it? You got to go find another supplier, right?
We keep getting up and trying. It's like a phoenix. So what happened that time is
you know what? And there's a lot, ding. There's a lot to be said for that, because it's not about how hard you get hit. It's how many, it's if whether or not you can get up and how many times you can get up after constantly being knocked down over and over. I totally butchered the quote. Horrible job,
we
Joe.
were working with went bankrupt. 'Cause we were working with a company that was Our product, which we'd already paid for, was stuck in their bankruptcy warehouse. So we had to buy it back, which held us up like 2 months. And by that time, people lost interest.
Jen, there's nothing proprietary about that magnetic film, is there?
We can do, this is an adhesive. We can do a foil.
The lost interest thing is always an interesting take, right? Because if people are interested in that type of thing, they're interested in a thing. Now, they might not. They might have lost interest when you said, hey, it's $40. And it's like, oh, well, it's actually like $100. Like, well, at $100, I could start to save up towards getting a fridge of my own, right? Like at $40, $50, like, I could take what I already have. It works. But when you start talking about $100, then it's like, well, for like $300 or $200, I could go get a used fridge from somebody else. It doesn't look like this, though. I know fridges can be difficult because of the space in which they're supposed to fit, and sometimes people size the space in which they can fit that specific fridge a certain way.
Adhesive to the magnet.
But what is the patent?
It's a utility patent that we did get.
So you're the only one who can put a sticker on a fridge.
Magnetic, yes.
Do you have product now?
Yes.
A magnetic sticker. See, that sounds like really expensive because the fridge is already magnetic. So I don't know. It just seems really expensive.
Yes, I have 1,500 blank sheets that are ready for printing, and then I have about 1,000 of our old printed designs in a warehouse.
Do I have to tell you what model fridge I have, or I can cut it?
We went to a one film like this, a skin that you can cut yourself.
Jen, I'm curious, how much money do you have in this?
I'm glad you asked. $250,000 so far.
Where the heck did you get $250,000?
That, oh man, it always, I don't want to say it breaks my heart because, sometimes you don't see the picture, like the big picture, right? Like until it's like, oh, well, we're already, 100,000 into it, or 50,000 into it, or 25,000 into it, or $250,000 into it. So I'm interested to see where this money came from.
For a refrigerator magnet.
My brother,
Brent's
he really believed in my idea, so he supported me and he invested. I feel obligated to repay him, and he still believes in me and the product, but he just could not continue to pump the money into the magnets, and so he kind of got burned out.
Very pragmatic, I must say. But it's not a company. It's actually a product. I can see how this would be something people buy, but because it's not a company, I'm out.
That's, yeah. That reasoning always is very disheartening because they do invest in things that aren't a product. I mean, Kevin has invested in Love Pop, right? That was a product. That wasn't really a company at the time, and now it's huge and very pricey. But I don't know. That just always bothers me.
Jen, great presentation. You seem like a very nice person. For me, it's too small, a very custom-oriented business. I'm out.
The bottom line is I don't have a clear direction on where I can help take this business. So with that, I'm going to respectfully be out.
3 sharks are out.
There's always adversity, right? And that's, again, you don't know what you don't know until you're there and you've spent the money and you're the one driving the force to make it happen. And it sucks. Sometimes people don't get the vision, right? You got to own your vision at all times because everyone else doesn't have your eyes. They don't have your background. They don't have your experience. They don't see things the way that you do. And it's just really important that you own your vision through and through.
Jan only has 2 more chances to make a deal.
Jan, I have a question.
3 sharks are Jan's last chances.
Jan, I have a question. How much inventory do you need here?
The majority has been like for our beach print. I was going to show you that. May I?
Yeah,
And these are just from our early designs.
that's a pretty look.
Yeah, and what we can do, the thing I'm most excited about, we only had 5 designs, but what we can do with the proper input is to have a website where you can send in your own image. We can customize it, your kids, your family, your dogs, your cats.
You could also do your dishwasher
Yeah.
and your microwave and whatever, other things around the kitchen, right?
Even washer and dryers.
I have an interest in this. I think it's a cheap-ass way to doll up a refrigerator, as well as other appliances.
Yeah,
If you'd
no,
be
it is.
willing to just limit yourself to 3 best-selling designs, then I would give you half the money. But you're going to have to get another shark to give you the other half.
If I gave you
So
$100,000, would you be able to get onto a QVC HSN?
Well, with the 100,000, we need to focus on some new designs and enhancing the website to do the customs.
See, my interest would.
yeah, so you're gonna spend $100,000 on designs and enhancing the website. When you just got done saying, "Oh, we're going to enable people to upload their own," and I think that's smart, right? Like, enable people to be able to upload their own, but focus what your offering is going to be, going to market with, down to like 3, maybe 5 designs, right? Find your 3 most popular ones and go from there. Do some testing, do some focus groups and things of that nature to do that. And focus groups are expensive, but you could just literally like do an online poll, and send it out to your, hopefully she has an email list. Hopefully she spent $250,000 and has at least an email list of the customer base that wants to spend money with it.
Be focusing on selling what you have.
Absolutely.
Okay, I mean, you've already spent $300,000 to develop a myriad of product. Okay,
Yeah,
to go do something new is to me ridiculous.
absolutely.
When you said you spent $18,000 in Sky Mall and brought back 40, that's a big success to me. If Barbara and I each had 25%, I'd put my 50,000 up to her 50,000. I'd be in.
So she was looking for 100,000 for 30%. They just offered 100,000 for 50%. So it lowers the value of the company, but I mean, the main asset that apparently she has at the moment is the patent. That I mean, I guess.
You've got an offer. What are you going to do?
I mean, you got to say yes. You have
I
to.
think that sounds perfectly fair.
There's only
Because
one
I
way.
really
There's
appreciate
only one way
you
up.
giving me a chance,
Or
and we
go
should
to
get
go.
that.
It's up.
Is that a yes?
That's a yes. I
Take it.
accept.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding. Awesome,
Thank you,
awesome,
Dan.
awesome, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's so great to see.
Last hope
So
for
great to
business.
see.
If I had not had this deal, the company was just going to fizzle out in my basement. And I have to tell you, the Shark Tank works.
It probably would have. It probably would have. So let's check out where she is today with her site and stuff. All right. So this Best Appliance Skins, I guess, is the company. So this image is like super low quality. I don't know why it looks so low res, but is the site like blown up or something? No, they're just every picture is just super pixelated. Like, that's not what you want. That is definitely not what you want when you're looking at like figuring out if you want something in your house. I think that looks awesome. I think for the right house, I think for the right kitchen, for the right mood, look at that. Like, that just kind of like blends. It just kind of blends in there. I also think it's great for like the shore houses, the shore rental houses. That's awesome that she has so many people that really love the fridge, these designs. So let's see. Let's see. What do they have? Refrigerator magnets. Get colors. So a straight color is like $100. But like, what's okay, images. So wow, that's not bad. Like, if you're straight cut, like one color is 100, and you could get something like this for 100, like with with a couple different colors or something. It does look cool. I don't know if I would want it on my fridge, but I think it's pretty cool. I also, the other thing that I didn't think about until just now is that when you're the fact that it's magnetic, my refrigerator is not magnetic, so this would enable me to have a magnetic refrigerator, but then I would want to put magnets on it to like hang pictures of the kids' stuff, and anything that was too it would just get turned into like a big mess. I don't know. So maybe something simple like this design over here in the corner I can't imagine Happy Chef is is one of the favorites, but maybe in like a real chef's kitchen or something. It's kind of quirky. So they got the dishwasher ones and stainless steel magnetic. Okay, so that is cool. So then so they have like a straight brush stainless steel magnet. Okay, so you could turn your refrigerator just into a brush. See, now that I think is a great value there, because if you have mix match stuff, that could be huge. That's huge. So that's awesome. I found this article talking about it. Talking about her, the fact that she was struggling prior, and that they were able to help get everything off of the ground afterwards. So it's been a number of years since that episode aired, but it all seemed to have worked out, which is absolutely awesome. And it also works out when you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm for other entrepreneurs to find this video to help them with their entrepreneurship journey. If you want to learn how you can work with me, go over to superjoepardo.com. We can work on your business, growing your profit for your business. If you want to reach out to me, it's at Super Joe Pardo, literally on any social media platform. Well, all the big ones at least. And I will see you all in the next video, because you're going to make sure you click on that subscribe button and get subscribed. Take care, everyone.